So this is my story. This is a story about how I was a student at one of the universities in Cuba, in communist Cuba, the Cuba of the murderer Fidel Castro, the one that many people, even here in America, adore and worship as if he was a god. Because this is one of the truths behind free education in communist Cuba. So supposedly it is free education, but you have to go through their rules. Otherwise, you don't get any education, which, by the way, is more indoctrination than education. That's the truth here. So I was a college student. I was studying English to become an English teacher. That was my passion. That was my desire. I love languages. I have always loved languages. What happens? Surprisingly, I was the only one in the entire institution, the entire university, who wasn't a member of the Organization for Communist Youth. Yeah, they have this UJC. It is the Union of Communist Youth, Unión de Jóvenes Comunistas. And when you get to high school, they start talking to the kids so they become members of their communist organization. That's how they start preparing everyone formally to become members of their communist party. And of course, basically everybody signs up and they get an ID with their name and everything belonging to that student communist organization. But I didn't want to be a member. Surprisingly, as I say, I was the only one in the entire university who said no to being a member. So this teacher of mine, who had been a teacher of mine, English teacher, when I was in college, in high school also, but then she was again a teacher there at the university, so she knew me very well, and she even knew the kind of student that I was. So they chose her to come and talk to me every single week. It was like 2-3 times a week. She would bring me to her office to try to convince me to sign up to become a member of the Communist Party for Youth. And I said, no, I don't want to. She said, why not? Because I don't want to. Because it is my freedom. Also, every single Sunday, they had the Sunday of the defense of the revolution. So you had to go there and waste your time pretending you were learning how to use a weapon so that you would defend the country from the imperialism from the United States, because the United States was going to invade Cuba every single year. It was the same story. And I said, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not wasting my Sunday. I don't have to do this. I'm an adult. It is my right. And every single Sunday, I'm going to be gathering at my church because I'm a Christian. And that was another problem for them. And then they sent students for a whole month of the school year to go work for free in the farms. That's another video that I have to make. To work for free in the farms. Something that they start doing in Cuba since you are in middle school. They take you away from your families and send you for a whole month in terrible conditions like a concentration camp to work for free in the farms. And I said, no, enough. I have been doing this since I was in middle school, so I didn't attend. I didn't go. Ended up that I was the only student in the entire university who did not attend. I was in my second grade, or my second year at the university. So what do you think happened? I didn't want to become a member of their communist organization for youth. of the students, I didn't attend any single Sunday of the defense of the revolution, and I did not attend their school in the farms, in the countryside, to work for free for who knows what or who, because there was basically no production, significant production of anything that would supply the needs of the people of Cuba, feeding needs. So at the end, as cowards that they are, and as dictators that they are in a regime, they suspended me for a semester. And I was so young and so naive that I took it. And then, after a semester had gone, and all my peers went in third grade at the university, I come back to be reinserted in my studies, and they said, no, you don't belong to this university anymore because you broke our laws, this, so you don't have the right to continue studying. And guess what? I didn't have anybody to turn to. No court, no judges, no laws. Nobody would even dare listen to me and grant me justice. So this is the truth about free education in communist Cuba, the Cuba of the killer and dictator Fidel Castro. Don't let anybody lie to you. And that's not to mention all the indoctrination in studying lots of careers that are worth nothing. Spending 5-6 years in a career, coming out with a diploma, and then you don't even make a tenth worth of your living expenses. That's the truth. For you, communists, young Americans who love and fantasize about communism and socialism, and especially about Fidel Castro and Che Guevara and all of those killers and dictators, you're having a wet dream about a reality that doesn't even exist.